Welcome to the Reckless Paradise podcast, everyone. I am your co-host Dystro, and I'm here with my host Marissa. Say hi.
Hi, I had to turn you down a little bit. Oh my god.
Yeah. So due to some technical difficulties on my part, I had to restart a little bit again, uh, because it was not wanting to load on my end for some reason. So I had to restart real quick, and then got it
It's
working. So
odd
we're
because
good.
I test tried the link on my phone and it loaded fine.
Yeah, but it's like it's like with my Wi-Fi and all that crap. It's like
Ah,
it's
okay.
hit or miss sometimes. So we're good. But
Okay.
anyways, welcome to another episode of the year in review for wrestling. But also we wanted to thank you guys for joining us tonight. I know I'm taking the whole intro here.
Yeah, happy Thursday everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week. We're officially at the halfway point for March. Thank goodness because this month has been trash for me. Just like any other month has been so far this year, unfortunately. But I have hopes. Hopefully the year will get better. Um, at this moment, I'm eating sour Skittles because I'm kind of taking the back seat for this episode. Um, as you mentioned, this is a year in wrestling episode. This time, we are going to be focusing on 2008. Our last episode we did a week from today, about a week ago, we did '07. So if you guys hadn't seen that one yet, I recommend you go ahead and listen to that one first.
Mhm.
Because of course 2007, 2008 goes in order. We also did 2006, I believe, a month or two
Yeah,
ago. So
yeah.
go listen to that as well if you've missed that already. It's good. It's pretty good considering 2006 is probably the worst year for WWE as a whole. Um, Besides obviously modern day, but anyways, yeah, go take a
Mhm.
listen to '06 and '07 if you have not done so already. So as usual, for these episodes, Dasher has all the notes, so I'm going to turn the tables over to him, and I'm just going to snack and listen and learn and maybe pop in here and there.
So I think it would be fair to just do debuts and retirement first
Yeah,
before we do.
debuts, retirements, and deaths first.
Well, I told Marissa at the start of the when we when I was talking about this episode, I said there was not really notable deaths per se. Like the most notable one was like Kara Kowalski and stuff.
Okay.
But like anything else, like I was just like, okay, who the hell is this? You know, is like either like way before our time sort of people.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like ixnay on the deaths for now. I was like, okay, because '08 was like I said, way before our time. So I'm gonna do retirements first and then go into debuts.
Okay, and then we'll start doing the month by month breakdown.
Yes. Okay. So retirements. A person who is an ECW original, I would say in their own right, is Amish Roadkill. He teamed with Danny Doring in ECW and had like one ECW tag title run. And their manager at the time was a pre WWF Lita back in the day. Um, Also, I think barely. Um, but he retired in February 4th of '08, and then he only had a brief run in 2012, which was the TNA Hardcore Justice pay-per-view that happened, or the whole Epic show, I should say. It was like when like RVD, Tommy Dreamer, Raven, Mick Foley, like with EV2 and all that stuff back in the day. Um, Another one is Billy Kidman. Now, and a lot of people do not know who he is, like need to look this guy up. He is awesome. Tori Wilson, the coach Jonathan Coachman. I'm surprised that he retired.
Yeah,
um,
that's odd.
but it was like in June of '08 when he retired. I was like, okay. I was like, because I only knew him from like like being a backstage interviewer and and stuff like that, color
Commentator
commentator.
as well.
Um, Danny Basham, um, the uh, lately departed Ashley Mazzaro, rest in peace.
Yes.
Um, She was only in the ring for like 3 years.
I know, it's odd.
Um, Carlos Colon, who is the father of Carlito, and among other people, probably. um, yeah, his, yeah, yeah, okay. Um, Cherry, who was the valet for Deuce and Domino back
Oh,
in
I
the day.
remember them.
Sonny Siaki, another, he's a TNA person. Joey Mercury, he retired in '08.
Wow.
He debuted in '96. I did not realize that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, and he was like in the very last like dying days of ECW. That's where he made his mark, and then like he would go into like WWE like TNA sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then just trying to see who else is here if I know anybody. But that's all for like retirements. That's pretty like a lot of like retirements that came out in '08. Like
Yeah.
Joey Mercury being like the most notable one of them, and Billy Kidman.
Yeah. I'd say.
All right. So debuts. Okay, I'm gonna clarify here. Some of these names I will not know, but majority of them that I wrote down, we both will know.
Okay.
So Matt Taven was one of them.
Okay.
One part of the ROH Tag Titles champions right now and the Kingdom. Um, Adam Cole is another one.
Oh wow.
Adam Page, our boy Adam Page. Hikaru Shida. I did not know she debuted in '08.
Me
I thought it
neither.
was
I
like
didn't know that either.
kind of earlier, like later on.
Yeah.
Um, Nikki Cross, Nikki ASH. Bo Dallas in '08. I
Yeah.
didn't realize he debuted in '08 either. As long as and Rusev as well. They both debuted like around the exact same time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Bo Dallas and Rusev are 1 week apart from debuting.
Oh, damn. Oh,
And she's slowly dying over there.
oh sour.
Oh yeah, of course they're sour Skittles. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna probably like go over everything because like that takes a lot of time. So I'm just gonna go pick and prod, whatever. I'm gonna start with January 4th, New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 2. This is the
Oh
second
wow.
Wrestle Kingdom in their existence. Um, some notable names from like TNA and New Japan at the time because they had a working relationship at the time. So like you had like AJ Styles, you had Christian Cage and PD Williams on a team, and then you have Prince Devitt too. So you had the building blocks of what becomes like a future WWE match down the line between AJ and Prince Devitt.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm guessing this is like TNA versus New Japan. I'm guessing at this point too.
Yeah.
Um, so you have Great Bernard, who is Albert, which is A Train, whatever have you,
Yeah.
or Tensai, whatever, and Travis Tomko, who were the IWGP Tag Team Champs at that point. They were facing off against the Steiners.
Hmm.
That's a dream match that nobody wants probably, but
Right.
and then you have Angle versus Yuji Nagata, which that sounds like a killer match. And then Shinsuke Nakamura versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the
Ooh,
IWGP World Title.
that sounds pretty dope.
Yeah. Um, and then gonna go to the Rumble later on that year. '08 Rumble. Wow. Oh
I remember that
man.
rumble.
I know because you were watching some of the Rumbles not too long ago, sometime last
I
year,
went
wasn't it?
from it was this year actually, about a couple weeks before the Royal Rumble for this year. I went on a little splurge and watched all the Rumbles from like '04 all the way till 2010. I stopped at 2010.
I think I said '02 Rumble was pretty good too. You should
Hmm.
watch that one. That was pretty good. John Cena comes back from a huge injury, coming Super Cena
And
and
Triple H is
winning.
like, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah, and he was the last one eliminated by John Cena.
Damn. Number
And
30.
number 30. Oh, it's John Cena. It's John Cena. Like, I remember JR like just like going all out, being
He
like,
was
"It's John
geeking.
Cena." Oh yeah, like because like JR would sell anything. He could
Oh,
sell
he hated
anything.
Triple H. He hated
Oh, oh
Triple H.
yeah. You son of a bitch! Why? Tell me why?
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch! Um, and then you have the Ric Flair career-threatening storyline stuff that was going on at the time too. Where it's like Vince was like, if you lose your next match, you are automatically retired.
Damn.
And when we go into WrestleMania, we'll get to that in a little bit. Um, so we'll go to just No Way Out at this point. This is the return of the Elimination Chamber.
Ah, yes.
Um, I literally put down in my notes, like I put, it was like Triple H, it's Triple H, Jeff Hardy, Shawn Michaels, Jericho, Umaga, and JBL.
Jamaica.
Jamaica. And it's funny that Triple H was the one that won it. To be honest with you, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
fine, whatever. But then there was like another Elimination Chamber match on the exact same pay per view. It had Taker, Batista, Finley, MVP, Great Khali, and Big Daddy V.
Damn.
And for people who do not know, Big Daddy V is Viscera.
God bless his soul. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
rest in peace. Um, it's like it's. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I didn't really care for that pay per view because I've seen it before. I just didn't
Right.
really care for him. Um, so going into March, ROH with Take No Prisoners. Nigel McGuinness defeats Tyler Black, who is Seth Rollins. This is before he becomes, you know, before he goes into WWE and all that stuff. Like 4 years later. um, so going into Mania. So this was the interesting tidbit. So this was held in Orlando, Florida, obviously. It was the first WrestleMania to be held in the state of Florida, and it was also the second WrestleMania to be held outdoors. The first was WrestleMania 9 in 1993.
Damn.
Yeah. This had all three brands: Raw, SmackDown, ECW. It was a $1 million buy rate.
Wow.
Because yeah, it was like the biggest one of all. Some of the key matches were like like Money in the Bank. Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair for the career threatening match, which Shawn Michaels had to put down Nature Boy.
Isn't WrestleMania 24 the one with like Mike Tyson or something, or there was like this like really
Hmm.
short guy? Yeah, it was Mike
Yeah.
Tyson.
Floyd. Oh, Floyd Mayweather. That's it.
Yeah, it was either him or Floyd. I was like, okay, which one? Which match was it? I forgot. I knew it was
Floyd.
one of the two.
Yeah. Floyd. So there was a little interesting tidbit about that. It was like Floyd did not want to legit knock out Big Show because he wanted to be like professional, and Big Show was like, no, like bro, just knock me the fuck out, and he literally did. He knocked him out.
Oh my god.
He was like, man, he's like, yeah, I took that shit like a champ.
I remember
Uh,
that whole like hype up for that match. See, this is when I really started to remember key points of wrestling because I was like I think I'm 6 years old at this point. And
mhm.
this is when I really started to remember stuff. And I do remember that match. I remember the whole Floyd Mayweather thing. I remember the hair versus hair match with Vince and Donald Trump. I remember all of that. It's crazy that we're talking about this now because like inner childhood me is kind of screaming right now.
Right. I love the second match with Kane versus Chavo Guerrero for the ECW title.
Oh boy.
um, It's funny. Okay, this is the funny thing. Orton, Triple H, and Cena was the second to last match on the card. They were match 8 on the card.
Wow.
Floyd Mayweather was the penultimate match on the card.
Shit.
And then you have Taker and Edge as the main event.
I mean, yeah, because it's Taker streak. You know.
And to be fair, for those who do not know, like, because like I have MS and all this, I've talked about this before. I was telling Marissa off camera, like off pod or whatever. I had done a challenge for myself, being like, okay, who is like, like Undertaker's WrestleMania opponents and all that stuff from when he had his last match with AJ backwards. I made it to all the way to WrestleMania 14, which is
Wow,
good.
that is pretty good. I can't even name like the last five because I don't really watch a lot of wrestling anymore. I'm gonna be quite frank with y'all. I don't really watch a lot of it anymore.
Hmm.
Um, I only remember like from like '07 or something all the way up to like maybe 2013, 2014 when Rock defeated the Streak.
Yeah, that was WrestleMania 30 in 2014,
Yep, fucking 10 years ago.
and nothing ever came of it.
Which, by the
uh,
way, we already did an episode about 2013 and 2014. If you guys want to
yeah,
check that out.
yes. Go, please. Go listen to them. We really appreciate it. All right. I'm gonna go on to Backlash here.
All
I'm
right,
probably
so
gonna
going into May, right?
April.
It's still
April.
April.
No, well, March was Mania. April is
Oh,
Backlash.
that's right. Fucking Mania was in March that year.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird how the timeline works sometimes.
It is weird because like I'm so used to Mania being like first week of April, not
Yeah.
March.
I mean, like this year it is.
Yeah.
Um. So you have like Matt Hardy versus MVP. Do you remember that feud at all, or like in
I
general?
I do not.
Okay. I think this is like during the whole like. Well, this is before Matt turns on his brother Jeff in '09. But this is like kind of planting the seeds of like heel turn Matt, I'm guessing. Um, so you have like like it's not like a huge pay per view per se. It's like the cool down from Mania and all that stuff. But the main event for Backlash was Triple H, Orton, Cena, and JBL for the WWE title.
Huh.
Which Triple H wins, by the way. Lol. Um, and it was an elimination match, which I'm like, okay, Okay, TNA Sacrifice. Okay, this is the one that I wanted to get to. TNA Sacrifice. You have Joe, who is the TNA World Heavyweight Champ. You have Kaz, and you have Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Oh.
Now, if anybody knows the infamous Scott Steiner math promo, this is that promo that we kind of say like like you take a 33% chance, you take my 25% chance, and also is that's what leads up to that sacrifice match.
Oh my god, with the fucking
I
you say all men are created equal.
I all men created equal,
But I'm a genetic freak.
freak. And I was like I literally wrote down like we had to talk about that promo because like that was like the best promo of all time.
Iconic.
Yes, very iconic. It's like I wonder how long did that match go? That match, that main event match with Joe, Kaz, and Steiner went almost 15 minutes.
Oh boy.
And this was when Steiner had the Feast for Fire briefcase for the world title match and all that stuff. And you have like the Deuces Wild tag team tournament for the vacant TNA World Tag Team titles and all that stuff, which was going on at the time. Um, like the whole pay per view was just centered around the Deuce Wilds like tag team tournament,
Ew.
like the whole thing. Um, Then going to Judgment Day, you have like Triple H versus Randy Orton for the in the steel cage. It's like Triple H and Randy Orton. It's like that was like the feud back then too. Like you
Yes.
had the seeds were planted in like Evolution back then and all that stuff, and where he did the thumbs down thing and Batista just electric chaired him to hell. um, okay, we're in we're in June now.
Okay.
June. Okay. This is One Night Stand. This is before was replaced with Extreme Rules in '09. So, and it has Kane on the cover with a branding iron with WWE on it. That's cool. Um, the main event of that match was Edge versus Undertaker for the vacant World Heavyweight title in a TLC match.
Hmm.
I remember this match because it was like one of the like it had like lots of interference in it. Like you had Zack Ryder, you had Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, who were the Edgeheads at the time. You had like Chavo Guerrero making an entrance and all that stuff. So it's like you had a lot of interference, a lot, a lot. Um, but it's like all the different match types had like different stipulations. So like Jeff Hardy Umanga was like false count anywhere, which that's a good match. Cena and JBL in the first blood match. Batista and Shawn Michaels in a stretcher match, which almost like went 18 minutes.
Damn.
Uh, Triple H and Randy Orton in the Last Man Standing, which went almost 13, or what over 13, and then TLC in the main event.
Damn.
It was not a bad pay per view.
No, it doesn't sound too bad.
Um, so you let's give it still in June with Night of Champions '08. This is the second Night of Champions pay per view in '08, or well, overall. I shouldn't start. Okay, Miz and Morrison defend the WWE Tag Team titles against Finlay and Hornswoggle in 9 minutes. uh, Triple threat: Mark Henry versus Kane versus Big Show for the ECW title went almost 8.5, which that's crazy. Um, the debuting Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes as a tag team for the World Tag Team titles before they become Legacy, which that's cool. That's cool. Um, Edge versus Batista, and then you have Triple H and Cena in the main event.
Wow. I
Um,
mean, Cena at this point, I mean, come on.
that's the Super Cena
Super John Cena.
like uber babyface, never gonna turn him heel or anything. Like people really just wanted to see get his ass kicked.
Even though ECW fans totally despised him.
Oh well, yeah, obviously. I mean, look at One Night Stand.
Oh boy.
um. So okay, going into July now. Let's go in July. So the main event for Victory Road '08, we're going to TNA again.
Okay.
It's Samoa Joe versus Booker T.
Oh no.
I found Shawn Mill.
TNA.
TNA. The match went 15 minutes, right? Ended no contest. Why? It's like why?
Why?
Like why? Why? um and then okay, this is the most craziest like universe booking that I've ever seen. Kurt Angle and Team 3D versus AJ, Christian, and Rhino in Full Metal Mayhem. That sounds like anything universe mode booking right there.
Yeah.
It does. And then like the TNA World X Cup stuff that was going on at the time at Victory Road and all that stuff too. Okay. Going into August now. Okay, the summertime. Oh, can't wait to go back to New York. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at GCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Oh yeah.
I didn't put that in the notes, but I wanted to like look at this real quick. It's Bloody Mania 2. Okay, this has fucking Gangrel on this show,
God damn.
and who do not know, like for people who do not know who JCW are, it is the Insane Clown Posse ICP. Whoop whoop. Um, they own their own wrestling company. It was Buckets of Blood and all that stuff. Like they traveled the whole world and all that stuff. And so you have the Juggalo World Order, which is Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But then Corporal Robinson, who is like a mainstay at that point, he defeated Raven in the main event, which I was like, okay, I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like Raven's on the show, and okay, going into SummerSlam '08. I remember this pay per view. I don't think a lot of people do, but it's like I do. This is where CM Punk became world champion at this point, and he defeated JBL. He defeated JBL in like 10.5 minutes. I'm
Damn.
like, damn. Like that's kind of that's sad.
That
That's
is
kind of sad.
sad.
Batista defeated John Cena, which that was where Cena tore something in his shoulder, correct?
Oh yeah. I remember when that happened.
And then the main event was Taker and Edge in Hell in a Cell. I mean, why not? Like it's Taker, Edge, Hell in a Cell. Like they're gonna be doing some crazy ass shit. Went almost 27 minutes, which all right. I'm trying to like pick and choose here. Like I said, um, okay, Unforgiven. I'm gonna go into Unforgiven now. This is September of '08. This is where Jericho wins the World Heavyweight title in the Championship Scramble.
Oh yes. When
They had
Jericho was on
three,
his heel run.
yeah, where he punched Shawn Michaels' wife.
Oh my god, I remember this fucking year very well. Everybody, including me, hated Jericho.
And plus, this show had Shawn and Jericho as the fourth match on the card and unsanctioned, and then Jericho later on that night became World Heavyweight Champ.
Oh god.
Um, I remember like when Shawn like beat the piss out of Jericho too. Like he
Yep.
was whipping his shit. Like oh my god, oh that gave me back pain. Um, they had three championship scrambles on this show. One for the ECW title, WWE title, and the World Heavyweight title.
Damn.
Um, Matt won the ECW one. Triple H retained the WWE one. And okay, it had Triple H, Brian Kendrick, which he should have been WWE champion by now. Triple H, Brian Kendrick, Jeff Hardy, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin.
Oh no, not Shelton.
Ain't no stop me, no. Wasn't he like gold standard at this point too?
Something
I think
like
he
that.
was. I think he was. Yeah, this was like when he was in the ECW brand. Um, let's see. Okay, going into October, very first pay per view of the month. No Mercy.
Oh boy.
Shawn Michaels and Jericho ladder match for the World Heavyweight title. I remember that match too. That was a pretty good one. Uh, man, it's like it's kind of hard to like talk about some of this stuff because you were kind of young back then. It's like there's some stuff that you don't really remember when you're a
I
kid.
remember all of the Jericho and Shawn Michaels thing for sure.
Yeah, because I remember the build up leading to No Mercy and all that stuff too. TNA Bound for Glory, October 12th. Sting,
Sting.
defeated Joe to win the TNA World Title. I was like, damn.
Damn.
And then Cyber Sunday later on that month, Batista became World Heavyweight champion again, defeating Chris Jericho with Stone Cold Steve Austin as a special guest referee.
Oh hell yeah.
It's like that's all they that's all they do with him at this point. Like they just make him special guest ref. Like everybody's like, oh yeah, that's gonna put butts in seats for sure. All right. Survivor Series '08. This is in November at this point too. This is where Cena wins the World Heavyweight title and beat Jericho in like 22 minutes.
Oh yeah, I remember this pay per view as well. I remember the whole Cena and Jericho. Jericho was just hated in 2008.
Oh yeah, because
He was so fucking hated.
oh yeah, like I mean, rightfully so. Like I mean, it was good for his character too. It
It
was good
really
for his
was.
character.
I remember the
Um,
theme song for Survivor Series '08 because at the time AC/DC had just released Black Ice, so they were trying to promote the album. So
mhm,
they had done "Spoilin' for a Fight." That was the theme song that year.
mhm, mhm. Um,
Music knowledge.
always have music knowledge on this show. Um, the penultimate match was okay. This was before Edge came back, because if you recall, at SummerSlam, Edge was sent straight to hell in Hell in a Cell by
Oh
Undertaker.
boy.
He was gone for like several months at this point. So before he was put into the WWE title match, it was Kozlov versus Triple H.
Oh my, not
Vladimir
Kozlov.
Kozlov. I'm not WWE.
I mean, he
um,
was good though. Like I feel like he was so slept on.
it's like yeah, he was really slept on. Like I think of him like as like modern day Dijak now.
Oh my god.
I mean, can you not see it though?
I mean, I can. Yeah, I guess I can.
I mean, well, if he was like taller and was built like a
Right?
Terminator, um, but it's Kozlov, Triple H, and Edge wins
Ah,
the
okay.
WWE title. I don't know how many times that this damn WWE and World Heavyweight title has been swapped at this point, but it's been like very hot potato at this
Yeah, I was
point
about to say they're
anyway.
playing hot potato with that shit.
Because it's like okay, we gotta take it off of Cena, then we gotta take it off of Jericho, then we gotta take it off of Triple H, we gotta take it off of Orton, and it's all this hot potato bullshit. It's like there's no wonder why like there's like so many reigns between those like four people involved, like especially Triple H and Cena at this point, because it's because like John Cena is like he's a 16-time world champion because of like the WWE title and the World Heavyweight title. It's like
Yeah,
it's just so crazy.
it is crazy.
Uh, it's like no wonder why the company is in the bad shape it's in because of bullshit like this. Okay, December. Gonna wrap this up a little bit. All right, this is final resolution for December 7th, 08. This is main event mafia territory right now.
Oh no.
This is main event mafia territory. Yeah.
Dear
um.
God.
Okay. So at the time, you had like you had Eric Young versus Sheik Abdul Bashir, who is Davari for people who do not know. He defeated Sheik Abdul Bashir for the X Division title in 8 minutes. Um, Beer Money Inc., who were the tag team champs, defeated Abyss and Matt Morgan.
Ooh,
Uh,
God.
it's like, oh man. Um, Angle versus Rhino. Okay, singles match with Mick Foley as the special guest enforcer. If Angle won, he gets a rematch with Jeff Jarrett at Genesis the next month. If Rhino had won, Angle would have been fired from TNA.
Ooh.
So it's some pretty good stakes out here. I mean, it's Perk Angle, so it's like he's gonna win either way.
Yeah.
And then the main event was okay. It's an 8-man tag for the TNA World Heavyweight title. Okay, all the players involved were main event mafia. So Booker, Nash, Scott Steiner and Sting with Sharmell. He found Sharmell
Again.
again. And then you have the TNA frontline, which was AJ, uh, Dudley Boys, Team 3D, and Joe. Pretty good, solid main event right there. But it's
I
for the
agree.
TNA World Heavyweight Title, an 8-man tag.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? um, but like, okay, I'm just gonna wrap this up in like nice little bow. Okay, '08 as a whole was not very good. It is not very good. Um, there's there is some good matches and good pay-per-views in
And
this
good
thing.
rivalries to talk about
In
too.
in like like Shawn Michaels and Jericho,
Cena and
what
Jericho.
Cena and Jericho,
Randy Orton and Triple H.
Triple H and Jeff Hardy at that point too. Um, Edge and Taker, like there is a lot of good things going on, but it's like some of the shows like it just does not reflect it in those rivalries at
Yeah.
all. I gotta get kind of comfortable here. My lower back's killing me. Um, but it's like it's just I just don't know, man. It's like I think if I'm gonna go back to a time period, I would say '06 for me.
I ain't going back to '06. Fuck that.
I mean, for the time, TNA was killing WWE in '06.
Oh yeah. Heck, I'd go back to fucking, well, if we're talking times I remember between '07 and '08, I'd go back to '07 in a heartbeat. But honestly, I really, really would like to revisit the Shawn Michaels and Jericho feud because that was like my first real feud I remember growing up as a kid.
I mean, that's probably a future rivalries episode right there.
It is definitely a future episode very soon. Um, Now, if I had to go back to a time in wrestling that I don't, recall because I was too young to remember, it'd probably be like '04
Right.
because of Eddie and
hmm
Benoit.
hmm
They were in their prime at this time
Yeah, they really broke for that glass ceiling.
at WrestleMania
Became
20.
and became champions of both their brands.
And it was great, It was like a really good, happy ending there. But, anyways, so that, my friends, is a year in wrestling, 2008. What do you guys remember from '08? Were you guys around at that time? If you were, and if you remember watching wrestling during that time period, what do you remember? Let us know on social media or down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. So, our next episode is yet another Music Madness with yours truly. But I'm not going in alone for this episode. Yes, a once in a lifetime opportunity where me and Dystro finally get to collab on a Music Madness episode where, of course, I will be taking lead for a good chunk of the episode. But as you know, at Music Madness, I basically talk about what I've been listening to the last month or so, depending on how long I go in between each episode. Like, I've seen me not do a Music Madness episode for another 3 months. And then I've seen me do it as soon as a month later, which in this case, it's a month later. So not much has changed. I have really, really gotten into some good groups in depth a little bit more. And me and Daisho, we've been doing our issues pilgrimage, which we will be wrapping up next week, actually.
hmm
So, gonna be talking about all the pilgrimages we're gonna be doing as well together that we've actually decided to do. I don't know if I want to reveal my top secret surprise pilgrimage that I've been wanting to do with you for a while. I don't know if I want to review it live on air or if I just want to wait and surprise you when the month comes. Um, we'll have to talk about that.
I think a surprise would probably be more preferable. I would say
Okay, okay.
because it's like if you say it on air, it's not going to be a huge surprise when I'm like, oh, okay, like like it's like is am if I'm kept in the dark and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, you're like, okay, well, hey, we're gonna do this one. I'm like, oh,
It's
okay,
just fucking it's just Weezer. I
damn it. But
feel
like,
like you'd fucking cry.
man.
Damn it, Rivers. But no, it's not Weezer. Don't worry. But yeah, I won't announce it. I'll save it for the month that we're gonna do it. It'll be after Angels and Airwaves. So That's our next pilgrimage, by the way, kids. But anyways, we'll have all that to talk about and more on Music Madness with yours truly. That'll be this Sunday on St. Patrick's Day, actually. So that's gonna be a cool episode to do
Mm-hmm.
for all you
Gonna
Irish
wear all
folks that
greens.
celebrate. And actually, I do have green here. Maybe I'll wear green. I don't know. Anyways, that's this Sunday. You won't want to miss it. Also, you have our song for the evening. So what you got for us tonight?
So it is a Tom Petty song.
Yay!
I had to look it up because I was like, I heard it on the radio this morning, so I didn't want to like fuck it up. It is. Give me a second. It is from the album Wildflowers, by the way.
Okay.
It is You Don't Know How It Feels from Tom Petty.
Oh my god, I love that song.
I heard it on the radio this morning.
I hear that song so much. I hear it almost every day, and it's such a classic from Tom Petty. Now, this is solo Tom Petty. This is one of his
Mhm.
solo works, of course. There is a music video for this, and my god, I love that man so much. I'm still kind of like still in shock to this day that he has passed, and I just realized my cat just threw up on the fucking carpet. This is the second time she's puked today. I hope she's okay. So I'm gonna have to hurry up and wipe that up. So I'm gonna have to wrap this episode up. Okay, so Tom Petty, You Don't Know How It Feels. That is tonight's song of the night, chosen by Dystro. Like I said, there's a music video. I will go ahead and put that link in the top right hand corner at the end of the episode. It'll pop up. Go ahead and watch the video and enjoy, because Tom Petty is a gift from God, and it's still a shame that he is gone. So if you guys stuck around to the very end, we greatly appreciate your support. Go on ahead and follow us on social media by clicking on that link in the description below, which will take you to Linktree. We have Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and Twitter. Go on ahead and follow us there to keep up to date with the show in case something goes wrong, we can't upload, or if one of us takes sick, which that has happened, unfortunately, this year. I took sick in January. So it's good to keep up to date with us in case something changes. You want to keep in the loop. You don't want to be, let down or whatever. Also, Dystro's YouTube channel is there as well, where he posts gaming content weekly. Me and our good pal Kent, we're usually in most of the videos. We play a lot of GTA lately. And we play some other games too. We've actually been getting back into the Forza spirit, which is good because I really want to get Forza 5 eventually. What are you at right now for subscribers? We're trying to get you to 1,200 by Easter Sunday.
I'm at give me a second here.
Yeah, take your time.
I am at actually okay, no joke. I literally passed 1,200 this morning.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me.
That's why I wanted to save it for the show. I'm at
Damn.
I'm literally at 1,204 right
Holy
now.
crap, you gained that many subscribers since Sunday. That's awesome. Congrats, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is awesome. Good job. I'm happy. So that's both of our channels that have hit a milestone within the last couple weeks.
Because
That's
we hit
awesome.
300 on the pod channel, and then I hit 1,200 today.
That's awesome, dude. Congrats. I really don't know if I should set a goal for 1,300 right now.
I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'll just say it like when we do the pod next time.
So 1,300 for me, my personal goal for you, hopefully end of April 30th.
That's a long shot, but
it is a long shot, but hey, it gives you more time. So if you haven't done so already, please go on ahead and subscribe to my good pal Dystro. Like I said, he posts weekly gaming content, and it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty funny what he posts. Once again, take a listen to tonight's song of the night. You Don't Know How It Feels by Tom Petty. And that's it. I have to go wipe up some cat puke now. So thank y'all for listening, and we will catch you guys this Sunday. Peace.
peace.